Recording. Good. Good.
And we're live.
Very nice. Speckman to the rescue.
What am I rescuing?
You're rescuing this show. This episode 39 is in trouble, and you need to rescue this. We have we had some hang up here because I left halfway through AAW's Never Say Die. Basil was in the back doing promos, and you are your only hope there, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's it. You're the only.
And Rob went to bed.
And what?
And Rob went to bed.
And Rob went to bed. Damn it, Rob. Rob has a strict bedtime. He's a very disciplined guy, guys. Rob is very disciplined. You guys notice that? Much more than we are. At least much more than I am. Rob is a very proper. He's basically an adult. Something we're not. I would say Rob acts like an adult. He's the father of this ZMT group right here. Baz, are you alive?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, let's intro this, everybody. Welcome back to the Backstage Boys podcast, episode number 39. Almost to 40 episodes, Basil. Almost to 40. We are back, and this is Trent along with my co-host
Basil.
And we're joined by the referee extraordinaire, Nate Speckman. Say hello.
You gotta stop saying that.
Why?
Because
referee extraordinaire.
Listen, I'm just a dude.
Yeah, but you're a dude who can really ref the fucking shit out of a match. That's why you're extraordinaire. You're my favorite referee.
Aw, thank you. What about PJ Drummond?
The hell with PJ Drummond. Who needs PJ Drummond in 2019? Not I. I have a Nate Speckman. That's who I have.
Him.
You are my generation's PJ Drummond.
Oh,
is that fair? Like, we're loyal to you, Nate. We're loyal. You're our guy. But we're here, episode 39, everybody. We're here to break down Never Say Die 2019. That was live at 115 Bourbon Street. This was wild because I left halfway during the show for a personal engagement. Basil was in the back, so he wasn't ringside where he usually is, reasons. And Nate was there. Nate's our savior because he was in the ring. Nate, Nate, I don't even know which matches you had because I was running around before I left. So you're gonna have to break this down, man.
Yeah, we didn't even see each other until you were leaving.
Until I was leaving, and I patted you on the chest and I said, "Go get him, champ. You got this." And you said, "Why are you calling me champ and touching me?" And I said, "I gotta go, Nate. I gotta go. I don't have time to explain why I'm showing affection towards you." And you got really mad at me, and then you ran off. So
none of that happened.
Okay, but I did hug you, and that's about it.
Yes,
that did happen. But all right, guys. So let's jump in. Does anybody have the results up? I do. I got results here. Let's break this down. Okay, so. Fun night. Before we start, I wanted to talk about that we did a lot of filming. There was Rob's not here to talk about his movies and put himself over, but I worked with Rob on some stuff for the Besties. There was a cool Jake promo film. There was a Sami Callihan promo or a video begun. So you guys, there's trailers, there's teasers out there. There's some fun stuff that was being filmed prior to the show. So we got a lot of new featurette movies coming out. Keep your eyes peeled. Did you guys see the Jake one? The Jake promo in the Purple Room? Did you guys see that?
I did.
Thoughts?
I loved it.
I liked it a lot.
Rob had he had all this equipment, man. It was just so cool that we really, I think, man, I am really big on presenting Jake like as a star. I think he is a star. I just see him truly as a future of the company. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely do.
100% do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He just has like star power. Like he looks like a wrestler. You see him, you're like, oh, that guy definitely has to be a wrestler or a pimp. One of the two.
It was great to hear him on the mic.
Did he get on the mic? See, I missed it.
Yeah, see, you missed that part. He had a really good promo against Eddie. That we'll dive that
we don't edit. We don't edit.
That we will dive. I don't know the fucking word.
Delve.
We're gonna.
we will delve into.
Delve into that.
I told you, he was here to save us.
There we go. We're turning Nate Stupid into the ZMT chat.
I know, dude. Nate's
he's had like 3 typos a day lately.
What happened to you,
Nate? I
Nate?
can't handle it. It's Rob.
It's Rob. Rob is bringing
Rob.
down the average.
Rob will admit that he's the worst typer.
Dude,
he's terrible.
Is the worst typer. Like I've had to it's funny because when Rob types, I don't even care about his typos anymore. I just try to make the best of it, and then I understand.
I just put it into Google Translate.
I always have to be like, what? Yeah, right. I always have to sit there and be like, what is he trying to say?
I'm like, we have full keyboard. It's not even like typos. He types like T9 style.
T9? What is that?
So remember when we had like flip phones and you had to press like all the buttons. So instead of typing U, like YOU, you would just type U, and then instead of RARE, you would just type in R.
That's called T9. Oh, I never knew that.
It was called T9 typing because you had like 9 keys to type letters with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's how Rob types. I'm like, you have a full keyboard at your disposal, and like literally at your fingertips.
That's hilarious.
And it's all for nothing.
But a guy can make a hell of a movie, though, gentlemen.
He can make a great ass movie. Can't
he
type shit.
No. Then he goes to Rob's go-to joke. Sorry, English is my second language.
All right. It's we're gonna hear this probably 7:15 in the morning. The chat's gonna blow the fuck up.
He's gonna hate us. He's gonna be really mad.
My second language.
Mad? Rob, you mad? Mad?
You good?
Good. You're good. I'm good. There was a guy at work today because Rob, for anybody who doesn't know, Rob and I used to work together. And there was a guy at work.
Anybody who doesn't know, it was mentioned on the pod like 30 times.
New listeners. And some guy was like, "Man, where's Rob been?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? He quit like a month ago." Oh, really? I just thought I hadn't seen him.
What, upstairs?
Yeah. That's like, what are you talking about, man? It's been like a month. Oh, I wonder where he's been. Like, what? Like he left in a huff. No, it was a huff, but it was. But no, that was the end of an era. But anyway, guys, let's focus here. Refocus. Never Say Die 2019. Let's jump into it. We'll go a little match by match analysis. Nate, tell me which ones you refereed. If you want to tell me now, or you want to tell me when we get to the match. You choose.
When we get to the match.
All right, sounds good. We opened up, guys. Tag match. We had a fight for the future match.
We did.
So there was a guy, I forgot his name, but his nickname was Israel's Ass. And I kept thinking it was Israel's Axe, but it was actually Ass. Israel's Ass.
The booty.
Israel's Ass. Ken Curvis.
Ken Curvis.
Went one-on-one with the Lion of Zion, Samson.
Yep. Yes. Not too bad of a match. Not too bad of a match. It was slower than I hoped for, but not bad. Did you referee that one, Nate?
I did. So I had been super busy all day doing airport runs and taking everybody in the shuttle to the show. There were several delayed flights, but one of them delayed it to the point where, because I originally was going to have everybody gather up at the hotel to be ready to leave by 3, then that moved to 4, and then that finally moved to 5. So I got at the building at 6:45, and I got there to have Brian tell me that Sam was going to be late, and so Brian was like, "You and I will just switch off the first 4 matches," and then he was like, "Do you want the pre-show match?" And I was like, "Yeah, just let me get dressed." And so he brought the 2 dudes over to me, and he was like, "All right, these are the fight for the future guys." And I went out there after having just put my shoes on, and then went and worked their match.
Oh, nice. Any thoughts on those two? Like, nobody had seen the one guy was a big boy. Lion from Zion was huge.
He was very, very tall.
Dude, when he was walking backstage, legit thought I was Josh Briggs. and then I didn't know Josh Briggs was gonna be at the show, and then so we had them stand up side by side, two tall motherfuckers.
They are, yeah, that's some big boys right there, man. The match wasn't bad. I thought it wasn't too bad. I got to see it. I wanted a little more power out of the Lion from Zion. I want a little more power move for his size. I'm like, man, he should be wrestling like Brody, man. But he, like Bruiser Brody, but he really wasn't. He was. I felt like he was. I mean, he's a rookie, right? He's new, from what I understand. He's pretty fresh in the business.
You know, I would have to assume both of them are. I didn't get their story. I know they drove in with somebody, and at least Samson sounded Canadian. I'm not sure who they were with. But I get the feeling that both of them were newer.
Yeah, I mean they're from Israel. I know that for sure. They came from Israel. Both of them are from Israel. Yep. They're in town for I think till December, I believe, and they were endorsed.
Why do I feel like Samson sounded Canadian? I'm way off.
Israeli. And that's where the Zion comes in. But they were endorsed by Boz. They were like, I don't know how they were connected with Boz, but he vouched for them, from what I understand. They were Boz's boys, and I don't know what the future is. I think they're going back and forth, trying to get some work visa situations so they can be here more regularly. But I see potential in. It's weird because Ken Kurbis, I don't think he basically did everything that I thought a indie AAW crowd would shit on, but they popped for him, which was interesting, more than they popped for the big guy, which I was surprising. Like usually that South Side fan base likes the big powerhouses way more. So I was kind of surprised about that. I don't know about you guys, but I thought that was interesting.
Maybe they just like people who call themselves an ass.
Yeah, that's right. I turned to Music T. I'm like, what is it? Israel's what? And he's like, Axe. I'm like, oh, Axe. Okay, I guess he's sharp like an Axe, whatever. But then he tagged us on Instagram, and it's Israel's ass. And like his gimmick is that he shows off his perfectly toned ass. I'm like, what in the hell kind of gimmick is this? Well, number one, there's already been an ass man, right? There's already been done. They've done the ass man already.
There's only one ass man.
Right, but like his thing is like he's got a great ass. I'm like, what is? And it's an Israeli ass. Like that's the gimmick. What are you gonna do with this gimmick? I don't get it. I'm confused, guys. I don't know where to go with that one. I know where to go with that one. Let's go to the first match, the opening tag team match. Ace, you got that transition? Because y'all weren't saying anything. I jumped right in.
I don't know how to transition these matches today.
Just talk about Israel's ass.
Yeah, that's the last. Those are the last two things I want to talk about.
All right, Ace Romero and Paco taking on Ace Austin and Clayton Gaines. Romero and Paco went over on this one. Nate, were you referencing this one?
I was not.
No?
I was in the back, and I'm not sure why I thought this was a fatal four-way match. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And then they started playing Clayton Gaines' music with Ace Austin's Titantron, and Des and I were in the back freaking out, being like, nope, not right. And then we were like, oh, wait, it's a tag match.
It was so odd because I was originally, from what I originally knew, this was supposed to be a four-way. I think it got changed last minute. So last minute, they put them in tag. But this was interesting. Makes more sense that way. Yeah, the Paco and Romero aspect. But I think the big thing that came out of this was that so Sami comes out afterwards and interrupts, rips into Paco and Ace and Romero and basically kicks them out of the ring because he wants something to say about a challenger. They're about to leave, and then Romero comes back and says, nope, I'm not leaving the ring. And then it's clothesline Sami and takes the challenge for later in the evening. So, Nate, let me start with you. Thoughts on Romero getting this elevation to title shot? I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I dig it.
I think he really came into his own on this one. I think people really took to him. I think they were like, "Oh shit, okay, cool. Like that's a viable contender." And
I mean, I feel like they've been taking to him, and I feel like this was just that next like that step up to the next level that he needed, and everybody was like, "Yep, this is what we want to see."
Yeah, definitely. Basil, did you see any of this, or were you just stuck in the back the whole time?
Nope. I watched maybe 10 minutes of the entire show.
Oh, damn. All right. Well, I'll ask you this. I mean, Ace Romero, do you think AC Baby's? I mean, do you like a match like this, having with Sami, high profile match? Do you think does it elevate Ace into, like another level for AEW? I mean, he's young. He's one of our guys. Like he's been there pretty consistently. Like, how much do you feel that elevates him to a more credible spot? Basil, hello.
Hello.
I'm asking you a question.
Oh, I thought you were asking Nate the question.
My name's not Basil.
No?
My bad. I thought you said Nate. I'm sorry. Can you
asking
repeat the
you.
question,
Oh,
honestly?
Jesus. No, I'm just saying, like, Ace getting a high-profile match against Sami, like, a title match. How much do you feel like it really ups his standing, like with as far as being as just far as being a star, like, I mean, like
I
it.
think
Yeah, go ahead.
it's great because it gives Ace more value and it's something different for the fans and it's someone new to invest in
Yeah,
because Ace has been doing a lot of mid-card stuff or open match stuff. So to see him, I mean, I feel like he really excelled with that match in Logan with Fatu. I
that was
think
the one that started this, right? I would say.
Yeah, and I think it's time that he isn't used in a stereotypical big man role
Hmm.
where he can showcase what his abilities are. Because he's more than just the pounce.
Yeah, and he was close to getting labeled as just the pounce guy. But I think you're right. This one really brought him into his own. It was cool. I think this is good for Ace. I mean, it really makes Ace a guy we can go to for higher profile stuff. So I'm excited about that for Ace. Plus, I know Nate, you're a big fan of Ace. He's a buddy.
He is.
Ace is good people. I like Ace.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. I always laugh though because he's a big dude. And I just want him to have a very deep, growling, angry man voice, but he doesn't. He has a very nice voice. He's like, "Oh, hey guys, hi."
He's very soft spoken.
He is. I want him to be like, because all of his promo pictures, as you know, Basil, he's always got that like scream face,
Yeah.
face.
Rah.
But he's like nice. He's very soft spoken. Like, hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, nice
Eye
to
of
see
the
you.
Tiger.
Happy Friday. But no, he's.
Right.
All right, next one, guys. Chris Statlander, Priscilla Kelly. I know both of you guys are big on Statlander. I didn't see the match. I had to run back and forth. Thoughts on this one? Nate, were you referencing this one by chance?
I was.
Okay, give me your first hand account.
First-hand account. Statlander is very strange.
How so?
I like her in-ring work a lot, but like I was just, I was there. I was asking them if they're ready to go, and I kind of hold my hands out when I do that, and she just reaches over and goes and grabs my hand, and then I don't know if she was trying to do like a test of strength or what. I don't know. It's very hard to figure out what she's thinking.
Well, she's an alien, right? So
I guess, yeah.
And then Priscilla, dude, I think Priscilla Kelly's been. It's nice. It's been nice to have her. Now, let me ask you guys this: is she signed with AEW or what?
No, she is not.
She's not. Okay, so
Priscilla's not signed with anybody.
okay, so there is room here to build Priscilla Kelly. I think that's nice to have her. I think I like her.
She's great.
She's not working Evolve anymore, right?
No,
she's not.
Her and Darby got out of the Evolve contracts at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I thought she was going to AEW because I know Darby like officially signed or has he just been appearing?
No, Darby's signed.
He's signed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it one of those things where you guys think like only a matter of time before she's there too? Like one of those deals? I mean,
I think it's
like,
good for her to, no pun intended, to evolve her character because she played this manager role for such a long time to Austin Theory.
Oh, she was a manager before? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
she was a manager to Austin Theory. Like she
Well,
had like
because there was no women for her to wrestle in involved.
no, and I
Mm,
mean, I think
gotcha.
now that she's having time to actually wrestle and hone her craft, I think it's a very good thing before she signs anywhere. I think her getting a variety of opponents, wrestling all over the country is a good thing for her right now because she's not I don't think she's hit her prime in my opinion. I don't think it's a
Uh,
bad thing, but I think she's on her way.
okay. Yeah, maybe another at least. I mean, she can really season up in 2 more years on the Indies, I think. Which is not a terrible amount of time, but
Well,
imagine.
with how much she's been working, I can see it within the next year.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, she's been working a lot.
that's good, man. No, she's cool, and I like that. She's really cool too. She's like
Yeah,
really nice.
she's also critical of herself in a good way.
That's good. You want
You know.
that. Um, I know that management is a big fan of Statlander. They like what she brings. I think she's out of New York, I believe, and so she's
Yes.
right. Is that right? Okay, so she's not hard to get. Like she's like usually you look at like certain fly-ins, like LA people are tough because the flights are more and things like that. But New York also makes it very appealing that she's around. So I mean I can't really judge her work as much because it's pretty like I haven't really gotten a chance to really dig into it. But work wise, Nate, would you say who was a better worker here out of these two?
Um. If pressed, I would have to say Statlander. I think both of them. Statlander's only been doing this for like 2 or 3. And
Oh,
I
that's
want to
it.
say, yeah, I want to say Priscilla is less than that. But
Oh
maybe not
wow,
by much. Um,
they're both
but
pretty
yeah,
new. Wow, I didn't know
yeah.
that.
I
I
mean,
knew.
I'll be honest and say that I don't know much where Priscilla Kelly comes from, like who trained her or anything like that. But I know that Chris is out of the. I think Basil, did you talk about this
The
on the
Creator
pod
Pro,
one time?
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Statlander came from Creator Pro.
Where did Priscilla Kelly come from then? That's a good question, Nate. I don't know anything about her. I mean, she just like started showing up on the scene. Obviously, she was infamous for the tampon thing, but I don't know anything about where she came from. Does anybody know her background?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's weird.
I think she was an evolved system,
Okay, and
and
I mean, she's the shoot
probably
wife of Darby Allin. We know that.
yeah. I think she might have trained at FIP. I have no idea, honestly.
Interesting. I think she really is from Atlanta or Georgia and somewhere, but somewhere maybe in that scene. But interesting. Okay. But yeah, Statlander won. I'm excited. I'm glad if we can have more of these two. I'm happy. I like them both. So see, they're easy to work with too. So let's keep them. All right, next one. This is the one I'm bummed I missed this. Uh, Heritage title match.
What were you doing?
I was in the back with Rob, and we were doing. At this time, we were probably filming the Sami. We were filming something, the Sami feature film that's coming up. So we were working on the Sami film in the back. So that's why I missed this one. I really wanted to say I love Jake. Jake Sumlin's one of my favorite guys. Trey, I really wanted to see how this match went. Now, little precursor, guys. Trey hit me up earlier in the day, and he had gotten a video from Superhuman, that Jiggaloos and Jigglets guy. That dude.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, the whoop whoop, right? So he gets a video, and he's like, "Hey, could you play this on the screen? Can I like cut to it and we loop it on the screen?" And it's a video of that kid going, he goes, this message is for Jake something, you suck Jake something, whoop whoop, or some shit like that. And it was like, how the fuck did you get this? But I was like, yeah, cool. So I sent it to In. Brian's like, no, it's too late. We can't get it out. So I was like, all right, we talked to Rob. So we were ready to do it. And then the audio at Bourbon Street for the screens, like the link to video to audio went out. And I was like, oh man. So I told Trey we couldn't do it. Now, you guys were there, or Nate, I don't know if you were referencing this or you were in front, but I think, did Trey play it on his phone or something? I missed what happened here. Because I think he took the mic at one point. Did anybody know?
He took the mic after the match.
Okay, it was after. Okay, so I'm off on that.
I don't think he. I don't. If he showed it, I didn't see it, but I know he definitely took the mic afterwards and started talking about his father.
Oh, he did. Okay, his dad had surgery earlier that day and is cancer free. So very nice to hear that for Trey.
Which is great to hear.
That's awesome. Yeah, he's been really off, man, lately, from what I understand. So it's really cool to see that, man. But no, I'm bummed we couldn't play it, man. Like, those things are cool. I mean, that kid's viral right now. He's an idiot, but he's viral. It would have been nice to have it appear on the screens. Does anybody know why that kid's popular? Anybody? Just because he's an idiot?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know what it is? It's something that's fun. It's a little clip. You know what? It almost reminds me.
It's funny. I watch it.
It reminds me of like Vines back in the day, where they were just like quick little 6-second clips. I mean, I think these are like 20 or 30 seconds, but it's funny because he announces himself, says what he's jumping into. Don't try this at home. This is all for the gigolos and gigolettes. Don't try this at home. Whoop whoop. Crashes, cries for about 4 seconds. So he goes.
Is that what he says?
This is what he says,
because I can never understand it.
Yeah. So this is what he says. He goes. This is Superhuman, and today we are jumping into coffee mugs, light bulbs, and Legos. This is for all the gigolos and gigolettes. Don't try this at home. I hope you have fun. Don't try this at home. Whoop whoop.
And then he does it.
And then he goes. And then he crashes. He's like, he sells better than like half of all the wrestlers in the world or some shit.
Wow.
No, I'm joking.
But he sells because he's legit hurt.
Dude, when he did the coffee mugs,
oh my god,
he fucked up his elbow. He had to take like a week off because he fucked up his elbow so bad.
Moron, man.
And
what a fucking
I
moron.
feel like this guy has like the same pair of shorts, and he has like 2 shirts that he rotates out.
Well, they're ICP shirts.
He has an ICP shirt, and then he has this like other shirt. But it was just, like. And then he jumped into fire yesterday. He jumped into fire, and then I
don't know that.
Go ahead, Dave.
I was gonna say, if he has parents, I don't think they're around, and I don't think they've taught him how to do laundry.
But what's even weird is like that he's jumping off a patio of what is clearly like his parents' house, and like. There's like neighbors. Oh, like I see. Like I'm like, if you're a neighbor to this kid, aren't you hearing this shit? Like what are you thinking is going on? Oh, next door to you. Like, what the fuck? It's so odd to me. It's so fucking weird, man. But no, we couldn't play it, unfortunately. But Jake did retain against Trey. So I don't know. Like I said, I didn't get to see the match. Unfortunately, I wanted to see it, but man, Jake's the man right now. He is definitely the future of AAW. He's really been taking the company by storm, man. I think I know you guys are both fans of Jake as well. Where do you guys think, like, who on the roster, who's the next opponent? What do you guys think? Who is the next guy? Like, who could we elevate up to feud with Jake next? And we got Milwaukee. What should we do? I mean, who would you like to see in that Heritage Belt?
I know we have Josh against Josh. We have Josh against Josh. We have Briggs versus Josh Alexander. I really want to see either a Josh Alexander versus Jake something, or
that would be cool. That'd be really cool.
Or even a Josh Briggs versus Jake something. But hell, I want David Starr versus Jake something, man.
Ooh. That's story-wise, that's pretty much that needs to happen, right? I mean, that's got to happen at this point after what happened at Take No Prisoners.
Mm-hmm. And then with what happened with Kurt at the last show.
There's a lot. Yeah, I would say there's a lot going on here. Jake,
Give me a Kurt versus Eddie match, please.
Yes,
Kurt.
please.
Oh, I think we'll get there. We'll get to that in a second because I think that's coming up. But cool, man. I think Jake is very prime, very very prime for the next coming
Jim Lynam
month.
tournament coming up in August.
That's right. Tickets on sale now. AWPro.com. All right, let's jump next one. Fatu, Jacob Fatu. Now, let me ask you guys: is he preferring Jacob Fatu or is he just Fatu?
No, in AAW he's just Fatu, but everywhere else he's Jacob Fatu.
He's doing Jacob. Okay. All right, so Jake or Fatu with Armando.
You can call him Jake. Who gives a fuck?
Jake Oos and taking a Congo.
Oos.
He just calls everybody Oos.
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 Against Congo, and this was a last-minute match. I mean, added with Congo coming back after. When was the last time we had Congo? What the hell am I missing?
The last LaSalle show, I believe.
Really? That was last time we had Congo?
Yeah, back in December.
Damn, no kidding. That was it, huh?
Or it might have been the second to last LaSalle show. It might have been the November one.
Oh, wow. Speaking of LaSalle, Dreamwave announced a return today. Did you guys see that?
It's cool.
It's cool, man.
My guess is
it's on your birthday.
It is on my birthday.
Dude, I have a show that day. Already booked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is what happened. Freelance Underground has a show that day. And James messaged me. He goes, "Did I tell you about October 26th?" I'm like, "Nah, you did." And he goes, "Good." I'm like, "Why?" And he goes, "Because Dreamwave has a show that day, and I think like he was expecting me to work Dreamwave or some shit."
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he was just making sure that I was booked because I like all my mainstay companies such as AAW, Freelance Underground, MLW Impact, I have bookings with them through December.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like I booked that. I try to get all the dates, any dates that they have that they know is confirmed, and Black Label Pro as well. Like everybody's confirmed through December, and then everybody else just kind of fills in when they announce shows. Like when MLW announces or Warrior announces a show, I just fill it in between. But yeah,
Gotcha.
all those other places I have booked throughout. So he's like, "Wait, did I tell you about October 26th?" I was like, "Yeah, no, you did." So I'm good. But
nice. No Dreamwave for you.
No, man, I don't get to drive to LaSalle.
Listen, if it wasn't on my birthday, I totally would have said we should all go and watch and see what they do. I'd be curious.
LaSalle.
Why not? Nate, would you have gone with me if we were free?
Yes, but I would have had to have sat in the back of the car, just going 4 more hours, boys. Thinking about Trevor Lee.
What was that a reference to?
Every time we would drive down to LaSalle, he would make fun of how long the drive was.
Really?
Because it's not like there's an airport like that drops people off at LaSalle.
No.
Right?
4 more hours, boys. Do you mean Cameron Grimes?
I do mean
that actually. Do you know what that name actually works? Like out of all the names,
it sounds like very comic booky to me. It's
but it's an easy name. It's an easy name in my opinion. And then Cameron is in reference to North Carolina, and then Grimes is to.
He's dirty. Is that why? Is he dirty?
Dirty. The American style of wrestling is called dirty. So
you're a dirty boy, Cameron Grimes. The dirty boy, Cameron Grimes.
Did you see DJ's post about why his name is Joaquin Wilde in WWE?
Yes.
I actually thought that was really cool. Like I kind of hated the name at first, and then he said the meaning behind it. And I was like, okay, you get a pass. That I can work with that then. If there's meaning behind the name, I can roll with the name.
It's very hard to call him anything but DJ though. Come on, like for me,
I don't even call him Mike. I just call
him Z.
I call him DJ, and everyone's like, "Why do you call him DJ?"
Why not?
Because that's his name.
No, I know because of DJ Z. Like everyone calls him Z, but I just always called him DJ.
Like they question that.
Too.
Why
Yeah,
would they question that?
because I wouldn't say DJZ. I'm like, I just call him DJ, man.
Interesting.
You gotta shorten it even more.
DJ.
DJ is too hard to say.
DJ. That's a.
All right, boys, focus here. We got another one here. So we're on. So Fatu beat Congo. I messed him up as a big hoss match. I didn't see it again. I was in the back. Anybody catch this?
Same. I was in the back too. What up?
What up? Backstage Boys.
Backstage
Boys were backstage.
Nate, were you reffing this?
All right. No, I was not.
Another backstage.
Yeah, I didn't.
We really needed Rob on this episode. Fuck.
I poked my head out, and they were throwing each other around outside. So.
Well, the thing is, I think what this showed, I don't feel Congo fits current AAW platform. I know in a match like this, it was great because it's like two big hosses and they're just beating the shit out of each other. But I don't know. I just feel like Congo seems out of place at AAW now. Am I crazy? I'm not trying to be rude. I just think it doesn't work anymore. Like for the current landscape of AAW. What do you guys think?
It works for these little highlight type these like special attraction matches.
Yeah.
But not long term.
Right. Not long term, I don't think so. Nate, what do you think? Were you I just, am I crazy that it just doesn't really fit for like, right, like AEW's look right now?
No, I don't think you're crazy. Yeah, it's interesting because when I started going to shows, I think he had just gotten there, or maybe he started right after I started coming.
Okay.
But it was like, oh, cool, like a big monster. And we sort of got a lot of different like big monsters. And so it's like, well, how does he sort of fit into that structure? And like the style of match that he works, I feel like is a little bit different than the other like bigger guys on the show. And so yeah, it's sort of like, where does he fit?
He's pretty agile for his size. I got to give him that. Like he moves for his size because he's a giant man, but he can get around for his size. I gotta give him that, like with the top rope stuff and everything. But this was, I mean, Fatu is definitely a long-term player in AEW. But let me ask you guys this: I mean, how with the way people getting signed nowadays? I mean, I feel like Fatu is like on the brink of like getting scooped up by somebody pretty soon. Am I nuts? Like if
Fatu is not signed by the end of the year or by Mania time next year or whatever, I'd be shocked.
I just feel like give him another year to like really cement it on the independents, before taking him in. But then again, who knows the pace that it goes at now? These guys aren't going to hesitate.
Dude, you got everybody scooping up contracts. You got ROH trying to grab people, MLW, freaking AEW, WWE, Impact. Like everyone's trying to grab somebody because if you don't, they're gone. They're gonna go somewhere else. I mean, there's places to work now.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. So we'll see what Fatu comes into play later on in the evening as well. But all right, guys, this is a big one. Loser leaves AAW. Jimmy Jacobs, Mance Warner. This one had people crying. I saw a girl crying in the audience when Mance was defeated. Like she took it hard. But this feud, I think, was been one of the best feuds of the year. Am I? You guys agree? Disagree? Nate, give me some thoughts on this feud. I think you've refereed. You refereed this one.
I did.
And by the way, can I add, Nate? I love that you had the gloves on. I thought that was a great touch. That was such a good touch to have the gloves on during this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that was more for me. Just, I always have them in my bag, and then I was like, I knew I had that match, and I was like, the way that they've gone before, and the things that they have vowed to do to each other, I'm going to put these in my pocket.
Yeah.
probably going to need them. And so, yeah, it was just more for me, honestly, because I don't want their blood on my hands.
Yeah, no, it was very well done. I really I think this was no, you were really in the mix on this. There's a lot for you to watch on this one. I mean, I looked over, you were just like your head was on a swivel in this match, and they kept you busy. Thoughts from the inside though, like any match reaction just from the best seat in the house?
Yeah, they really don't like each other.
Yeah, dude.
They,
Makes sense.
yeah, it was very intense, like almost scary.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was over, I didn't know how to feel, because even with all the things that Jimmy's done, I respect both men and what both men are capable of, and I didn't at the beginning I didn't really care to see either of them leave, and then to sort of I partly be responsible for Mance Warner no longer being in AAW. I just had to sit there after it, especially with the way everything ended. I just had to sit there afterwards and be like, what is like what did I just do? What did I just what
It's
was I
your
just
fault, Nate, that Mance is gone.
You counted him down, man.
You could have stopped it. You could have been a shitty ref for once in your life. But no, Nate Speckman is a good ethical ref who calls it right down the middle, counts the 3 count when he needs to. This is your fault, Rutten. This is your fault, Nate. All your fault.
For Nate. Well, I'm sure Nate, you.
There's no response from Nate.
Did we lose? Oh, did we lose Nate?
No, I'm back. I couldn't hear you guys for a little while.
Oh my God.
There's no fuzziness. There's some fuzziness there.
There's some major static coming from your end, Nate.
Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, pretty bad. We're gonna have to have
yeah,
you call back in.
I just muted my mic to make sure. Can you disconnect and then connect back on?
I think we lost him officially. Let's talk.
Okay.
Let's talk until we can get him back on here.
Well, I can actually add something of value to this.
What do we got?
Oh, hold on. I'm going to disconnect Nate because this is getting ridiculous.
You're out of here, Speckman. You're get to the back, Speckman.
Hold on.
Call me back. Call me back.
So we'll call you back.
Here, I'm removing Nate from the call. Okay.
Oh, God. We lost all the listeners.
There we go. We're going to add him back in like a minute.
All right, we'll add him back in a minute. Get shit together. Yeah, we'll say what you were going to say, Basil.
Well, so I talked to Mance and Jimmy, and I was like, guys, I know how this match is going to go. Run straight backstage. Do not wipe any blood off your face. And I got those promo pictures of Jimmy and Manser.
Yeah, I've seen the Jimmy. It's fantastic.
Dude, the Jimmy one was because Jimmy's gash was huge, and it was just so much blood that pulled up on his face. And I was like, all right, like it was so bad. He's like, he had to wipe some of it because it was dripping so bad that he didn't want it to get onto my backdrop because the backdrop goes all the way to the floor.
Oh wow.
So
yeah, it was wild, man.
Yeah, it was like dripping like 3 seconds before he got onto it, and thank God there was no blood. But it's funny because I have Manser's blood sprayed on one of my light boxes.
Oh God.
And then I have Jimmy's blood on my backdrop, and that's a result from both of their matches with one another.
Jesus. All right, before we forget, let's call Nate back in here.
I'm adding Nate back right now.
All right. We'll get him back in here, everybody, because he had the best seat in the house. We gotta get his perspective. God damn it!
At this point, we had no seats.
Yeah, seriously. Is he back? Nate?
I don't know yet. It's just calling.
Oh God. This is the moment of truth, everybody. This is that moment where this is what Lance listens to the show, by the way, Basil. Lance is listening.
Oh, I know Lance listens.
Oh, he's like, I don't know what the hell I listened to for an hour. Just you two idiots talking. And I was like, but you listened. And he's like, yeah. I don't know why. It's just you two morons talking about the show. I'm like, exactly, but you listen to the whole show.
The show that he goes to.
That he goes to. He loves it. I know you love it, Lance. I think Lance wants to be on the show.
Oh,
we should
Nate.
get Lance on the show. Oh.
Nate?
Is he back?
See Nate on the call.
Oh, man. Here's the moment of truth. Is referee Nate Speckman back on the call? I don't hear him. Basil.
I don't hear him.
Damn it. What are we gonna do?
I don't know, man. Technical difficulties is a struggle on the podcast.
It says he's on the call. Damn it. Here, let's do it again.
Nate. I'm gonna remove him one more time.
Oh. Wait.
You guys
I hear him. Yes.
Why are there always technical difficulties?
I don't know.
It's 100% coming from your end, Nate.
You're to blame, Speckman. Looks like you are disqualified.
You're out of here.
You're out of here, Nate.
Go to the back.
It's
God,
bad.
this is okay. I need to remove him from the call. It's really bad.
I don't know what's happening.
Okay, he's removed from the call. I'm gonna hit him up on the chat real quick.
All right, guys. This is live. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
And we're not doing we don't do cuts.
We don't do cuts. This is a mess. All right, I'm gonna keep talking about the show then. All right, man. So Mance is out. That's got a lot of people down, and he did say in a promo afterwards that he's gonna buy a ticket to Milwaukee and just sit in the crowd. So he says he's coming to Milwaukee regardless if he can wrestle or not. He's still coming to Milwaukee. So Mance is you have AAW fans have a chance to sit next to Mance Warner in Milwaukee. So
remember John Cena at WrestleMania? It'll be the same thing.
Did Cena sit in the crowd at WrestleMania?
Yeah, last year's Mania that was in New Orleans.
He was sat in the crowd.
He sat in the crowd because he didn't get a match and he only wanted a match with Undertaker. So he sat in the crowd throughout the entire show, and then a ref came up to him. They're like, "Undertaker's here, dude," and he goes, "What?
Undertaker's here, dude.
Undertaker's here, brother."
What the hell?
And he ran to the back and came through, and there was still no Taker. And then right when he was leaving, Taker came, and they had a match, and it was a match.
No, they actually had a match?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had a match at Mania.
Wait, so he was in the audience, ran to the back.
He ran to the back, changed his clothes.
What the hell?
What a G. Total G. John Cena.
Well, what do you have to change? Just he wrestles in jorts.
He had jeans on.
What? What has happened here? God, I don't have so out of it. All right, well, guys, get your tickets because you might be able to sit next to Mance Warner. You never know what he'll do. He might buy you a beer. He might ask you to buy him a beer.
Buy him a beer. He's not getting booked, so get him a beer.
He's definitely not booked. But all right, next one was Josh Briggs and Nate Webb. So I was gone at this point. I had to leave right after Manser and Jimmy, so I missed this whole second half. So Briggs and Nate Webb. Nate Webb did his entrance, which everybody loves. And Josh Briggs. Oh wait, we left out the fact that Briggs interfered in the Mance match and cost Mance the match.
Oh yeah, the old relationship between.
That's right, Jimmy and Mance.
And
I can't remember. Did we go right into Briggs and Webb? Because I cut out right when that was done. So did we go right into it? I can't remember. Or was it after? When was intermission? I can't even remember this now. Maybe it was right after the hardcore match. I'm off, guys. I'm off. But Briggs and Nate Webb. Nate Webb was adding a little late to the show, but dude, he's especially in Bourbon Street. I saw the video of his entrance, and he's always a pleaser, man. I think people love that shit. I wish we can get Wheatus to play him in one day. It would be nice. Were you at that show, Basil?
I was. Yeah, I was at Lost in New York where Wheatus played him in live, and it was pretty epic.
That's awesome. Wheatus got a renewed popularity because of Nate Webb. What the fuck? But Nate Webb goes down. Josh Briggs takes the win on this one. Briggs, it's a big. We got a lot of big men in AAW, man. A lot of big dudes. Briggs is a big guy. What's his deal though? He doesn't say hello. He doesn't talk to anybody. He's very much a loner.
Yeah, Briggs is is very much so a loner. I mean, I talk to Briggs.
Yeah, like I heard Trevor was not happy about. He's like what's with this dude? He doesn't say hello to anybody. I was like,
yeah, I don't know.
Good point, Grimes. And then he's like, what the hell did you call me? I'm like, you'll know soon. And he's like, what? And I walked away. So yeah.
Yo, Cam, chill. Do you know what I just realized too? Cam is his shoot name as well.
His shoot name's Cameron? No.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Cameron? Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. No idea. No, I thought it's actually Trevor Lee.
No.
Trevor Lee, like something, yeah. I think his real name's Trevor. He's not Cameron. He's from Cameron, North Carolina.
No, hold on. I'm gonna.
Oh, jeez.
Trevor
Lee. Are you gonna Google Trevor Lee real name? Dude, I'm telling you, his real name is Trevor.
Oh, Trevor Lee Cadell.
Yeah,
okay.
Trevor Cadell.
It is. All right.
I was trying not to give his last name away, but whatever.
Dude, it's on Wikipedia.
Oh, is it? He has a wiki?
Yeah, he has a wiki.
Oh, okay.
He had a wiki because of his good old Empire days.
Oh, that's right. Duh. Yeah. Trevor Lee Cadell. There he is. He's from Cameron, North Carolina.
Yeah.
He got a new picture, though. That's a picture of what the X Division about. He used to have a terrible picture on his Wikipedia. But,
yeah. I'm actually submitting a Wikipedia for somebody.
Are you writing on Wikipedia?
No, a picture. So
Oh.
it'll be somebody's main profile picture on Wikipedia.
Just go through and update a lot of people's shit, man. With all your stuff.
He says it's restarted.
All right, we're gonna try it again with Nate.
Let me add him.
All right, we're gonna give this one more try.
Put me in, coach.
Put me in, coach. I got, baby. Let me get this, coach. Come on, one more round.
If it's not, it's out.
You know what's a very I'm still on Trevor Lee's Wikipedia. A very forgotten fact is that Brian Myers, what's his name in WWE? I forgot his name.
So the
Kurt
main
Hawkins.
event of this show. What's up?
Brian Myers is Kurt Hawkins.
He was a former Impact Tag Team Champion. Like we kind of glaze over that. Like that's very forgotten. Kurt Hawkins.
Was he?
Do you remember the Global Force invasion? Him and Trevor won the tag belts for like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Like super randomly.
I don't like to talk about that era because that was a really shitty era.
Tough year.
Dude,
year.
Everything, like no lie, like it's so hard for me to stomach anything from like mid 2010 to 2016 almost.
That's a big range. There was some good shit though.
There was good stuff. There was gems in there. There was EC3. There was whatchamacallit. There's a few good gems in there. There was AJ turning into the loner, which I admit was great, but the aces and eights thing went from greatness to shit within like a week. When they started taking everyone's masks off, like I was like, damn, like you guys are just like, let's pull masks off and kick everybody out like week by week, and then and then Bubba is like, yeah, Hogan been banging your daughter, and I'm the evil guy, so what up, yo? And then
what up, yo?
the EC3 and Spud stuff was great. I'm not saying everything was shit, but there was a lot of shit in there. It was everything until, I would say it was really hard to stomach anything from the Hogan Bischoff era.
Hogan Bischoff era was tough. There was gems in it too, but that 20, like you said, you had EC3 and a bunch of stuff around that
and
time.
And then you had all the broken mat stuff was great.
The broken stuff was great. Yeah, that was fantastic. 2016, I thought was a great year. Beer Money came back. Wolves debut. There was a lot of cool stuff, I think. 2016 when it started coming back around. 2015, I want to say is one of the toughest years though. 2014 and 15, very tough years for Impact. But Nate, are you back on?
Yeah, we can hear static.
I hear a little static, but it's less. It's less than it was.
Way less than what it was.
Let's just keep going. We'll get through this. We're almost there. We Myron Reed and Kurt Stallion was the next match. Myron beats Kurt Stallion, but there was a little post match on this one, right? There was a little post match angle. Nate, why don't you jump into this one with the whole post match that happened here?
Yeah. So I was in the back, and then all of a sudden I get yelled at to go to ringside, and Jake and Kurt are out there fucking some shit up.
So wait, Myron beats Kurt, but then Jake came out to do how did it work?
I think that's what happened. Yeah. Again, I didn't see anything until I went out there, and all of a sudden there's Jake's got a chair wrapped around Eddie Kingston's throat, and then they just start shit talking him on the mic, and it looks like Jake has aligned him. So Kurt.
We're lost. We're losing Nate again. Basil, we're losing. We're losing you, buddy. This is awful. None of us know what's going on.
And the show ends, guys.
No. We're not done yet. We are not done yet. From what I understand, because Eddie Kingston came out with Kurt, obviously, and then Jake comes out to take care of that. But then Kurt makes his decision and aligns himself with Jake. It turns on Eddie Kingston. So there was some of that, guys. I mean, that basically wrestling is 120% dead at this point. That is done. The interesting thing is David Starr is not here for a while. So we're going to have a lot of things happening until we see David Starr come back. But basically wrestling is done. I never even got a wrestling t-shirt. Did you guys get one? Because I didn't get one.
I have a wrestling hat.
Never got a t-shirt. But what happened was Jake came out during the match, right? So like this is what the account I have here was that he comes out after Kurt loses to Myron.
Oh, we just lost Nate.
Officially?
Oh
man, what happened with Nate today? Not fun. Not fun with the connections. Rough connection. We should title this one. I already got my title ready for this one. It's definitely going to be titled Rough Connections. Sounds like a porno. But so Jake comes out. Eddie tells Kurt, right, he's going to make it up to him by beating Jake's ass. Kurt distraught about all this, allegiances, he's torn. Jake and Eddie go at it. Eddie gets the advantage over the champ, and Stallion came back out and attacks Eddie. And then this allowed Jake to set up the two chairs, put Eddie through the chairs. Basically, we got a new alignment here. It's going to go right back to the Cowboys from Hell days with those two. So basically, they said you've been talking about retiring, and everybody wants Eddie to go away. So that's it. They're going to make him go away. And basically, it's time for them to get Eddie out of AAW. So this is a nice little feud, Basil. I'm excited about this. The implosion of wrestling. I don't feel like we got enough mileage out of wrestling, though, man. We did not get enough mileage out of wrestling.
There was so much dissension in wrestling, and it was a very toxic dynamic.
It was, man. But on top of that, like, we just didn't get enough time with these guys. Schedules and just like a certain. It was rare that all four were on the same show sometimes.
Yeah,
guys getting signed away. I mean, we did not wrestling. I really always feel bad that wrestling never got a fair shake, and it sucks because it was such a great faction when they formed it up. I was like, man, this is cool. And then when they added more members, when Kurt and Jake joined, I'm like, oh, this is cool as hell. But we just never got to have its full run, man. But we can kind of make up for it in the feud now, in the post-era feud. That's where it's going to come in to be fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do here. But after that, we had Ace Romero taking on Sami. That's from the Open Challenge earlier the night. It was I mean, I didn't see it, but I heard by some accounts it was pretty much a standard match, not too long. But the real hook of this came on when after Sami wins, Fatu comes out and took out Sami. And then Estrada gets on the mic and then basically just says, July 12th, 2019, Milwaukee, see you there. Haha. So that's the main event of Milwaukee. Fatu and Sami Callihan, world title.
Do you know what's also gonna be awesome about that match?
That
You're gonna have JT ringside in Sami's corner, and you're gonna have Armando in Fatu's corner, and very rarely do we have two managers.
You're right.
Ringside.
Oh, that's gonna be cool, especially two guys who can cut a great promo.
Yes, you have two essential monsters. Like Sami's a monster in his own right, and then you have Fatu who doesn't give a fuck. You have Armando who is essentially his handler, who is the one person that can tame Fatu.
Yeah.
And then you have JT when I feel like when JT is around, Sami performs just a little bit better than his best.
Dude, totally great observation. I don't know what it is, but I feel like Sami gets inspired by JT's energy and he just feeds off of it. That entrance, I think, really pushes Sami a lot.
I want JT to debut in Impact.
Dude, why has he not?
I don't know, but I feel like there should be I'm not trying to say like a higher power, like I'm not talking about like Vince McMahon type bullshit. Even though still amazing storyline, not shitting on that. Just saying I want where Sami is getting advice or is getting coached or in some way, shape, or form when this entire time everyone thinks that Sami was the pure leader.
Yes,
and then throw in this thing because you can have JT come out with any of them.
That's the thing.
Have JT come out with the Chris brothers. I still feel like Madman Fulton should only come out with Sami because I feel like that's like Sami's like personal project.
And that's his thing, like he's the only one who can contain him.
He's the only one that can contain him, and I feel like two people ringside wouldn't make sense.
Right.
But Sami having JT and JT coming out with the Chris brothers would be amazing.
Yes. I just feel like he'd add so much to OVE. I mean, imagine really doing an entrance on TV. like it gets you. Like I'd pop if he did that on TV.
I wish Sami can have his indie music on Impact.
I know. It is a good song.
It's so good.
Or for God's sake, can we turn it up louder at Impact? That's what it's not a bad tune. It needs more bass and turn that up.
Bass at Impact.
It has no bass. I'm like, why is there no bass on this one? We get some
on
bass.
Any of them.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm involved with visual, not sound.
Well, I am. I have contributed music to Impact Wrestling, so I let me make a few phone calls.
So I want you to text Ross and be like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
No. The big man himself, Kevin Sullivan, the producer himself, and be like, "Yo, let's get some bass." And like,
just text him that, and then just don't say anything else.
Just text him.
Let's get some bass up in this bitch.
Let's get some bass up in this bitch. I should do it during Impact's airing, right? And just text him, let's get some bass up in this bitch. And have him go, what the fuck?
Why are you talking to me right now?
We're not like that cool of friends. What are you saying to me? Come on, bass. And I just reply with bass with like 8 S's.
You mean you're not deleting an entire site? Cool with him?
No, I haven't hit the delete button by accident. Bass. We should, since like we have certain Impact folks as like numbers. For our, we should just like text them random shit during the airing Yo,
I already text Josh Matthews random shit.
like, yo, what's up with the bass, Josh?
What's up with the bass, boy?
What's up with the bass?
He's
dog?
like, why are you
Yo, turn
speaking
that
to
one
me?
red light in the entrance on. What are you
Yo,
talking about?
red light on.
Red light on. Oh my God. If Mance debuted on TV anywhere, I'd
Okay,
love
we're
it.
an hour into this.
All
I don't
right.
really know where
One
the
more
end's
match.
coming.
One more match. One more match. One more round. One more match.
Okay.
All right. Main event was a tag team title match. LAX defending against the Besties and the Rascalz. What's interesting to me about this, Basil, is that LAX is also feuding with the Rascalz on TV, and they have the big Slammiversary match coming up. So I think this is. I love this because I just love it because it's kind of like it's like it reminds me of like when they would do house shows of the pay-per-view match that's about to happen, and you got the warm-ups on the house show that are like slightly different.
Remember when LAX and Lucha Brothers were feuding, and then I on TV, and then literally everybody and their mother in the
Oh
entire
my
world
God,
booked that match.
dude! Everybody booked that match. I was like, what the fuck? What is happening? Like, why is everybody booking this goddamn match? I swear, every indie booked that match.
We were not immune to this.
No, we were not. I think we were the first ones to have it on the book, though.
We were the first ones to have it, but
Yeah.
the problem was, the match was already taped.
The match was
And
taped. Yeah.
the match was taped, and then remember we did the Austin one back in February,
Yeah.
and then that's when they like started going crazy again on one another.
Dude, it was like we had it. House of Glory, PCW Ultra. I was like, what the fuck? Like everywhere I turned, that match was happening. It was so funny. And then they had the pay-per-view match.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, come on. Are you serious? But dude, it was but no, good match. You know, by all accounts, I heard this match stole the show. Like I said, I'm bummed that none of us got to see it because we were all into other things, handling other things. But how could you have a bad match, right? It made me think I want to see the Besties on TV now. I'd love to see this match happening on Impact.
Besties
I just
need to be on TV.
Dude, I feel like the Besties would fit in with Impact perfectly, actually. Like
they really would. It'd be a new dynamic for them because I don't know. I just feel like that tag team division needs more.
Yeah, and I mean it's a good division. You got a lot going on,
Yeah.
but it's not bad for the Besties to be in that mix too. I mean, they got a nice little following, you know. Shit, I'd love to see that. I would love to see the Besties show up on TV. I feel like they are ready for TV at this point too. I think they are in a good spot for television. You know, I think they can definitely be featured right away, especially because they've worked with everybody. So, but yeah, man, that was it's good stuff. I think it was a good show overall. Like I said, I got to see the DVD on this one. I missed half of it. I had a prior commitment I had to be to because this match or this show was originally scheduled for the next day, and it got moved because of Fyter Fest. So we moved it. So, but things were in place, so I couldn't make it. But overall, Baz, you want to touch real quick on Rise? I know you shot the Rise show. Let's talk about that for a second.
Rise was very fun. It was the Pride and Joy show.
Mm-hmm.
So it was people of all types, gay, straight, trans, all types of wrestlers were there. It was a fantastic show. It was a very positive show. Sunny Kiss and Nyla Rose from AEW were the hosts.
Mm-hmm.
There was just a lot of fantastic matches throughout the night. Really good vibe. Effie had a really good message that he put out, which I do agree with. I think it's very cliche that every company and their mother changes their flags or changes their logos to.
Oh, I agree.
To the rainbow thing. I get it. It's great to support it, but I
feel a lot of companies do it for marketing reasons.
I really feel like they do it for marketing. I know there's some that don't.
Yeah.
I can say proudly, like I know Freelance doesn't do it. They've been doing it before it was cool.
Yeah.
But like they're saying, oh well, all like everybody in the LGBTQ plus community is getting booked this month, but what happens after July 1st, what
Right.
happens after tomorrow. And he put a really good message. He's like, let this be a start. Don't let this be a finish, or don't let
Mm-hmm.
this be a temporary thing. And then Rise themselves announced that they are no longer just a women's company. They will,
Really?
yes, um, they are going to be almost a developmental company for all types of wrestling. So
Ooh, that's
it's,
huge, man.
yeah, it's developmental, like, so rising stars and stuff like that
Well,
for
that was
men.
the original intention, though, right? That was the whole point to begin with, I thought.
I thought it was always almost like a feeder league for
For
Shimmer.
Shimmer, that I think that was the original intention. And then I don't know if like Dave and Shimmer wasn't supportive of it, or I don't know exactly what happened because I know it started off like that, and then it kind of got away from it.
You know what? They might have just found their own identity,
Well,
which
I know they did.
there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
I know Kevin has some link to Impact because he's fed a few talents over to Impact, and
Well,
he's
Jimmy Jacobs and Gail Kim have
yes,
done multiple seminars for Rise.
and usually Kevin's at all the Impact tapings. So
He's not at all the Impact tapings.
yeah, I take that back. I saw him at two that I've been to
Yeah,
recently.
because the last two he wasn't at.
Right, yeah, he wasn't. I saw him in Bound for Glory and that set, and then something else. I know he was in Canada. He went to all the Canadian Toronto ones and stuff. So he goes, but yeah, I think he just found his own identity with this and kind of took it into his own direction,
And
which is good.
I think it's a great thing because Kevin said about 50% of the fans that bought tickets to that Rise show were never bought a ticket to a Rise show before. So
Really, that's
yeah,
huge.
I think that
It's remarkable because he was things were grim about what 6 8 months ago. You remember that when things like
yeah,
he was like
last
if
summer
that
I believe.
show last summer, it's like if that show didn't sell, he was done.
Yeah, and
And
I think this is a good fresh start. One, it's good for the type of it's a spot for the type of wrestlers that wouldn't get a chance.
yeah, what you need, right? You need that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's something different within Chicago, which has so much wrestling already.
Yeah, you got to stand
And
out.
if you can get fans used to coming into that environment, because you got to remember, I mean, in that crowd, there was a lot of people in that community who never felt safe going to a normal wrestling show just because of the old stigma of what wrestling is.
Right. And then a good example is our friend Ryan Cactus King. And he talked about this very openly about how he was his first time. He was a big wrestling fan growing up, but being gay, he always felt he'd get called out, he'd get made fun of. Like always sat in the back, like he never wanted to put himself out, but he found that he was very welcome. And it was
Yeah,
like,
and I think when um those wrestling fans that don't feel safe give it a chance, and
yep,
if Rise is a starting point for that to discover other avenues of wrestling,
hmm,
I think it's a good thing for the community as a whole.
yeah, oh, no
Because
doubt,
you're not only introducing new wrestlers, but you're introducing new fans to the market.
no doubt
And
about it.
the crew had the crew had a fun time. I had a blast. Um, and there was just all different types of wrestlers. It wasn't one type of wrestlers that were there. There was
Hmm.
straight men, straight women, gay women. There was cross dressers. There was um transgenders. There was everybody, and everybody was just happy. It was
Hmm.
such a good vibe, and it's sometimes it's just needed to have a show like that. And if this is a yearly thing, I hope so. I think it's great.
Yeah,
So
listen, it should be. I think it should be. Be consistent. You're gonna take a stand like this. You gotta be consistent. So I hope they are. That's really cool, man. That's really
yeah,
cool. I kudos for being different. That's the idea. There's too much wrestling in Chicago in the scene as it is. But if you're gonna do it, man, stand out. Fill a niche that's not being filled.
there was so much talent that I never seen before.
And you're like, where the hell do those people come from? It's
Yeah,
like what? True. There's a lot out there, man. Doesn't mean all of it's good, but all of it should. I think people should have a chance because what might be good for you, might not be good. You might like that. I might not like it. You never know.
Do you know what's another good thing about this? So there's a lot of this stigma where, like, if you go to a pride type thing, it's rubber dildos everywhere. It's super flamboyant to the point where it makes people uncomfortable.
Well, the parades are like that, though.
The parades are like that. I'm not gonna deny that. There was none of that at this show.
See, that's what I like because I went to the parade. I live right by where the parade starts in Chicago, and I went to it. And every year I go with some friends and I'm there, but it's like that always wigs me out. I'm like, it is very over sexualized. And they got kids there, and I'm like, it doesn't need to be this bad sometimes. Like it's a little much. So the fact that the wrestling show themed in the same way was not is really cool. Because wrestling gets a tag of being lewd. Wrestling.
There was one special attraction match. There was Joey Ryan versus the WAD, which stands for Weapon of Ass Destruction. So you had dick versus ass, but it was still a good wrestling match. And they had this really funny spot, like Bryce was the ref for this match, who was perfect for it. Uh-huh. And you can see the clip online where they're both like getting all this power and the building is flashing lights. It was great. And they hit each other with the dick in the ass at the same time, and everybody falls down like it's like Mark Henry, Big Show slamming down and destroying the ring type atmosphere.
What the fuck?
But you know what I mean? Like it's not. It wasn't done to make anybody feel uncomfortable.
Sure.
People were able to be themselves, but people were there to wrestle.
Right.
People weren't there to... People just wanted to wrestle and wanted to be taken seriously, but be themselves. And that's what they were able to do. So I really commend Rise on how well that show was ran.
That's very... I've heard nothing but good things. Great reviews coming out of it. I've heard very, very nice, good things about it. So good for them, man. That is a really cool... That is really cool to hear. So that's awesome. What a good weekend. And then Nate refereed that one too. So you boys were busy.
Yeah, and there was this wrestler who I met for the first time. What was her name? I'm still learning all these names. She was... Hold on. It was Cassandro El Exotico, who is this he's a male. And if I'm fucking this up, if he prefers to be called a she, I don't mean any disrespect. Mm-hmm. I've actually talked to Ryan about this multiple times with certain wrestlers. Mm-hmm. But Cassandro had this amazing... I'm gonna try to refer to Cassandro by their name just to not fuck this up, because I really, even though I am a straight guy and I don't understand all the lingo, and I try to learn, I just don't want to come off as disrespectful or anything like that at all. But Cassandro had this amazing entrance with this crazy, like, old school Ric Flair robe almost, but with the long back and everything. It was amazing. And the crowd ate it up. And the crowd had a standing ovation from start to finish on this. So,
wow, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was a big deal for Cassandro to wrestle.
Well, that's cool, man. Very cool. Very nice. That's like I said, dude, I've heard nothing but good things coming out of this show.
Yeah. Check out, if there's two things that you're going to check out Effie's speech and check out Mercedes Martinez's speech to end the show.
Okay.
Very important for not only that community, but for wrestling in general.
Okay. Cool. I will.
Yeah.
I will definitely do that. But man, that's a wrap on the weekend, man. Busy stuff. We were all very busy people, but that was
I got a busy weekend.
Yeah, busy week. Yeah, tell people where you're going to be and then hit your plugs, man. Let's do it.
So Friday, I will be at Freelance at Logan Square Auditorium. Saturday, I will be in Cicero at the Cicero Stadium for MLW. And then Sunday, I fly down to Dallas to shoot Impact Slammiversary.
Nice, dude. What a hell of a weekend.
Yeah, it's a crazy ass weekend. Thank God I'm off work.
Where are you staying in Dallas?
Airbnb.
Nice.
You know
Solo?
me.
I know.
Yeah, solo Airbnb because dude, it sucks these last two trips without my ZMT guys.
I know.
Without one of you, without either Nate or you or Rob. It's weird. So I've been just riding solo, but it's a 1 day trip. I fly right back Monday.
I would love to have gone, man. I mean, I've been to the last couple slams, or not last couple, but I've been to 2 Slammiversaries. I would love to have been there. It's the nurse's birthday weekend. Couldn't convince her to give up her birthday for Impact. I mean, maybe I could have. I should have tried, but tried harder. But no, it's cool, man. I'll see them soon. But I like Slammiversary to me. I think it's the biggest one of the year. I think it's replaced Bound for Glory, man. Last 2 years, I mean, forget it. I think
Dude, last year's Slammiversary was epic.
Oh, forget, dude. It stole. I think, like I said, last two I think have stolen the year.
Yeah.
So I think Slam has become their big one. This is going to be no different.
Well, I think Bound for Glory last year was tainted.
What was Bound for what are you tainted by? What do we have?
Austin Aries thing at
the
end.
Oh yeah.
I think that put and then not only did you have that, but you had that, and then you had the tag match to end the show, I believe.
What, Bound for Glory?
Mm-hmm.
No, it was the Aries and Johnny.
Okay, well, yeah. It was. I'm mixing it up with Rebellion.
Yeah, Rebellion had the tag.
Yeah, yeah. But like, I think that's what everybody was focused on, and it took away attention from a lot of the other matches.
Oh, I agree. It was a fun show to be at, but yeah, you're right. That whole Aries and Johnny thing really threw everybody for a loop. But no, Slam, I think last year was fantastic. Holy shit.
Slam was great. We watched that. We watched that one together.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. Damn, it's been a year. That was Moose and Aries, right? Main event.
Yeah, damn, that was at your place. We watched that. Me, you, Brian, Caitlin.
And then Nicole came later. Yeah, damn, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That was a year ago?
That's crazy.
I feel like
that was
so
already a year ago.
God damn. Slam the year before. Did we watch that one together? Year before? No, year before. I went to that one.
You went to there.
Yeah, I was at
was that 17. In Canada?
No, that was Orlando.
Oh, okay.
Slam.
Oh, yeah, that was at the.
That was at the Impact Zone. That was the last pay-per-view that the Impact Zone.
I never went to the Impact Zone.
I got to go twice, several tapings as well, but twice, 2 visits.
Yeah.
But man, the Impact Zone. What I did love about the Impact Zone. The thing is, because it was a soundstage. I mean, imagine because they had everything set up and they leave it set up, right?
Yeah.
Lights, sound, screen. So like everything is like perfect because you have time to tweak. You don't have to take it down and put it back up. So everything was like, sound quality was good, lighting was good. Like it was really nice, and it was cold as fuck in there, which I love. After Florida heat, it was beautiful.
Well, yeah, and then I'm sure you have 1,000 mouth breathers in there.
Yeah, that too. So I heat it right back up. No, it was fun though. Slam is a great time. Is a great show. So I'm excited about
plugs.
Go ahead, hit yours. Yours first.
Oh yeah, so you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at BZ. That's B, 2 E's, 4 Z's, and a Y. And you can find all my pictures at basilmahmud.com. That's BASILMAHMUD.com.
MUD. All right.
Well, because sometimes when I say it, it sounds like an E. So it sounds like I say MAHMED.
Like, this site doesn't work. Fuck it.
Fuck. Where could they find you, Trent?
Find me at Vanilla Joke on Instagram and Twitter, everybody, or Hemi Music, HEMIMUSIC on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. That's my band. That's the band that's contributed music to Impact Wrestling and AAW recently, thanks to a certain amazing director we know. So Hemi Music is making its way into the wrestling world. And connect with me there, guys. You can find this show at the BSB Show on Facebook and Twitter. Connect with us on both of those. We post up. I think, Basil, I want to start doing more content. Every time we see each other, we got to do a little something extra for the show and things we can post up. But speaking of which, we need content for Instagram. Is the Instagram ready? It's ready, right? Ready yet?
It was a crazy weekend. This weekend's gonna be busy. Next weekend.
Next week it is. Next week it is. We'll have the Instagram ready. Fine. We're getting on the 1 year over here, Basil. The Instagram is almost there.
It's almost there, guys.
Almost there. Guys, you can find this podcast wherever podcasts are found. Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, and recently added Player.fm. So that's a new one we're on. So check out Player.fm. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, tell somebody who hates pro wrestling that they should listen to us, because why the hell not? Maybe they'll give us a rating, and it'll be a shitty rating, but it's a rating at least. It's a listen. Hey, tell them to join us. But guys, also remember, you can connect with us on YouTube. All the podcasts cross-post to YouTube, but the perk is if you subscribe to us on YouTube at the Backstage Boys podcast, you get this show about a half a day early. So for all you night owls, third shifters, you'll get the show first before anybody else does if you subscribe on YouTube. So go to YouTube, type in the Backstage Boys podcast, connect with us there, and you'll be the first to know of all this bullshit rambling and nonsense and bad connections and you know what. So Basil, I miss anything?
Nah.
All right, well, happy 4th of July from the Backstage Boys and the ZMT crew to all you guys. We'll be back with you next week. Basil will recap your crazy week. How about that? So we'll do a little late next week.
No. We got to recap my week, and then we got to talk about Destination Milwaukee.
Yeah. So we'll have a thicker episode. So we'll be a little late next week. How about that, right? Because I mean, we got the holiday in between here. Unless you want to do a little preview of stuff, I think you got a lot going on, Basil. We might want to wait till after you're done. Is that a yes?
Wait, we can just recap my weekend, and then we can do the preview the next week. Never mind. I'm mixing up my weeks.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on here. All right, we'll figure it out, guys. We'll be back next week. But have a great 4th of July. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe, and we will talk to you. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. What the hell am I talking about, Basil? Yeah, you're right. Today, wait, we're in the middle of the week right now.
Yeah, dude, no.
The
4th of July is in like 2 days, dude.
The holiday totally threw me off right now. You're going this weekend to Dallas. What the fuck? So next week is as normal. Next week is
thick episode next week.
Thick episode next week. Recap and preview of Destination Milwaukee. What the fuck is wrong? All right, guys. We will talk to you then. Have a great holiday. And this is us signing off. Bye.
Bye.